Ah!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Mom Can't Have Another Dollar. We're playing Border Break Limit.
Is that really what the name is?
That's really the name.
What are you talking about? Is this
what? You just asked me if that was really the name, and yes,
it
it is.
Border Break Scramble, first off, so I assumed you were joke.
No.
Border Break Scramble sounds like some kind of a Southwestern themed breakfast dish that you get at a diner.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
like.
Go ahead. Your joke's probably better.
Keith, are you trying to give Kyle like a Voight-Kampff test because you're asking him questions and then refuting his answers? Are you trying to just push the boundaries of like what a human being
I'm trying to Border Break Scramble him.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're trying to inflict a psychological condition.
And if I give him a Rizgrag test, he'll have to say that they all look like copious side boob.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair.
That was a callback and a description of something that happened on screen.
Can it be a callback to something that is concurrently happening?
Okay, here's something for you, all right? Got a little topic in my bag of tricks for you, all right?
Okay.
I want you to, Kyle, you continue to make the game happen, for God's sake. I'm talking to Nick. But you can answer too, if you can pay attention and make this game happen at the same time. Otherwise,
he can't.
I want you to just sit here and play your Titanfall. And shut up! Shut up and play your Titanfall.
Smack!
Wappo!
Say your story.
It's not a story. It's more of a question.
Say
it's an inquiry.
your piece.
All right. So
say your piss.
I'm going. Okay. So Nick, imagine this. All right. Okay. Like when you were like a teenager, when you were younger, and you went to Funko Land, EB, whatever they had where you lived. Yeah. You're shopping for video games the old-fashioned way, right? You have to buy physical media, right?
I get you.
That's the point. You're in a video game store, and all the games, they're lined up on the shelves, and you're surveying them, and you're like you're primarily going by presentation of box art to decide what to buy, right? Okay, so there's a game on there, Xbox, PlayStation 2, whatever, that era, right? Whatever you had, and the box art. It's like a super detailed painting of Pac Man. Well, like the title says Pac Man. It says Pac Man 3, but the art, it's just like a Magic the Gathering quality painting of a guy dying in a mine. And he's got like there's like a big beam crushing his leg, and he's gritting his teeth. And there's a few of his comrades looking on in fear, and they've got those little fire lamps on the fronts of their helmets, like it's the 1800 style, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I'm really excited to see where
there's also a Palm Pilot visible on the ground near one of them. All right. So, question: what do you do? What do you?
Well, I think I rent this one before I buy.
Do you subscribe to Game Informer so that you can read their take on the game before you?
Yeah. I go to like a Borders Books or something, and I try to find any sort of game magazine that is open and available for browsing, so I can try to make heads or tails of whatever I just saw.
There's a really pale guy, but I don't know. Are you sure it would still be there when he came back? Maybe it'd be gone and no one would ever know what you're talking about. You have to go in there and ask if they still have a copy of Pac Man 3. And it's just
and somebody looks at me like a complete idiot.
What? There's like the only guy in the store running it. Like you're the only customer. And the guy running the store behind the shelf is like a really pale guy with like a piercing maybe, but he's really pale and sickly, and he's got like bloodshot eyes, and the only sound he's making is just like a ragged wheeze, like that's how he's breathing, like
like he's lung shot.
Yeah, like he's doing that, and he's not moving hardly at all, but his eyes do follow you across the room as you walk by,
boy, I cannot wait till we have to inevitably review this, and I actually understand what the fuck you're talking
when
about.
When you go to subscribe to Game Informer, like a single tear rolls down his cheek and says, "That game has got us a lot of subscriptions this month. Thank God for Pac Man 3. They were about to fire me." And then when he, then you say, "Yeah, I think I want to rent that before I buy it." Like that's what you said you do, right? And he's like, well, we have a.
Well, you don't tell him that.
Well, no, but he'd be like, well, we have a used copy. There's a 7-day return policy. You can buy it and bring it back. Would you take him up on that offer?
Sure, but I guess the question then becomes, how do you get Mom to like shell out for that?
Just say, Mom, I want Pac Man 3.
Yeah, I think that's what you go in, but you don't ever let her see the box.
And so you get your Pac Man.
Like you know the joys of being in the car. You're on your way home, and you go digging through the box to get the manual out, so you can look at all the artwork they've crammed in there and read the instructions and shit.
Well, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves because first the guy has to go get the game.
I'm just saying, like, that's the sort of thing you have to completely avoid doing, and that might rouse her suspicion on the way home.
Right.
Like, aren't you excited? Don't you want to look at this thing that we just got you? Like, I'm going to wait patiently till we get home.
I'm feeling patient today. I'm feeling patient, and there's reverb in the car, even though you're just in the car. But then, like, but you're in the store, right? And Mom says, all right, we'll have a copy of Pac Man 3 used. And he's like, well, that's our only copy. I have to go get the box off the shelf. And he comes out from behind the desk. He opens up the little, the little half table part, and he comes out, and he's got a limp. You see at that point that one of his legs is blown off from the knee down. And and he's
he didn't have crutches.
Is this like an MS Paint Adventure fucking scenario you're doing right here?
There's a rhythmic thumping sound, and you realize that he's got a sort of makeshift crutch. It's not a proper crutch, but he's sort of got something. He's got like a piece of one of those indoors laundry stands. You know what I mean? Don't they like fold out? It's like one of those X-saw things. But he's just using a small sort of indoor apartment laundry drying rack as a crutch. Okay, what do you do? Do you engage him in conversation at that point, or do you just sort of let him get the game?
I mean, typical protocol in an EB or anything like that is to not say any more than you have to get the product in hand. So no.
What if as he came back really slowly and he's got your game, he's got the box. I mean, the disc is sitting there on the desk and he's got the box. And as he walks back, he starts like really wheezy coughing, like he's pneumatic, like that. I can't really do it properly, but like that sound with a cough.
Okay.
Are you still silent?
Doug, I am.
Okay.
Like, this is not a mystery. You say very, very little to a retail worker for any reason, and if this guy does appear to be dying right before me, well, that's between his boss's PTO/sick time policy, his insurance carrier, and him.
Oh, he doesn't have any of that shit.
Well, there's no room for God in this little trifecta.
Yeah, the Venture Brothers quote was...
He works at an EB Games. Of course not.
Okay.
10 people can fit in that motherfucker max, and God is not going to squeeze through that door.
Okay, so how about this? The guy rings you up. You got your used copy of Pac Man 3, and it's in the bag, and so you're kind of keeping it close to your chest, right? You're playing the cards close so Mom doesn't see and start asking questions.
Yep.
And you've got to know what's in this game by now, right? And of course, there's no pictures on the back of the box, by the way. They don't have any of the screenshots, and it's like all the writing. It's in Arabic or something, or
something you can't read.
Yeah, or it's just like it's a series of raised bumps. Like it's just pictures of colored rope. And it looks like it could convey some kind of information, but it's not. It's not any kind of writing that we know. And there's no barcode on there, so he has to enter the price manually. It's like $17 or so. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's used.
It's suspiciously cheap.
And then your mom on the drive home, your mom's like, "Hey, do you want to get some KFC?" Do you take her up on that, or do you think that will be too stressful? Because sooner or later she'll ask about your game.
Yeah, that's standard protocol. I think go for.
I think that I'll have to just bump in real quick here and say that I don't think my mom has ever had interest in knowing about a game I was playing, unless.
Well, it's not even about the interest. It's about like not even letting her see what the box is because this is really suspicious box art as
Yeah.
we've covered.
But the name
Right.
is Pac-Man 3, so it's clearly not inappropriate for kids.
Yeah, it's not foul. It's not perverse outright,
Well, we don't
not
know
on a surface level. Well, no, not on a surface level.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but for whatever reason, we've decided to pick this damn game up. It seems like best practice is probably to not make it too obvious that we even have it.
Okay. But then you get home and you run up and you boot up the game and and you notice somehow that once you boot up the game that the PlayStation's internal clock has been changed to your birthday, but like the actual like down to the hour, like the actual moment you were born.
Oh.
In the past. All right. So.
Okay.
I don't really have a question. That's just a detail. And then you fire up the game.
This is
right?
just something. This is just something that I have to process now.
Yeah,
Something I
it's-
have to live
It's
with.
part of your life as an owner of Pac-Man 3. And then, basically, I guess my question is, do you tell anyone at school the next day about your new video game? Like all the kids are sitting around talking about Jack and Daxter or something like that, whatever was current, and then it's like, hey, how about you, Nick? Have you played any cool video games lately? And do you tell them that you played Pac-Man 3 or not? Or are you afraid you'd sound stupid?
Well, I guess that really depends on the content of Pac-Man 3.
Well,
It's like, does it follow suit with everything else that's happened to this? Because I feel like this is already a premonition that I'm going to die.
Oh, Kyle got in first place somehow. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Was this a game?
Yeah, we finished
Did
it.
something happen?
Yeah, well, finish your
That's fine.
story. Finish your thing. Your little scenario.
That's-
You've had us on this fucking fishing line for like an hour and a half now. Let's see.
was
Let's see who
just
the fuck
asking a
pulls us out of this
question.
goddamn this pond, dude. Let's see who picks us out of this fucking pond.
Yeah, Nick. How does
Yeah.
it end?
Well, I feel like, I have to tell everybody what has happened so far because I feel like one of them is going to be writing my story posthumously.
There you go, Kyle. Hope you're happy.
Nope.
Hope you're happy with yourself.
I'm not. All
Fight.
right.
Refight.